Okay, welcome Team Play Hard and Kelsey, thanks for joining in. Tonight we are going to talk about social media, and before we dive into that topic, and I really believe I'm going to give you some new nuggets tonight, so if you have pen and paper, try to always show up for our team calls with some pen and paper, ready to take notes, ready to take some things away. Before I dive into the meat of the call, I wanted to, as always, thank you for taking your time to come on. I value your time, and I know we are all busy, busy people. So thank you, and aloha. I like to start team calls with a little bit of recognition. So right off the bat, I wanted to say that Heather Aiello, Lindsay, and Kara are all hit Success Club 10 and have more than 10 points, each of them. And sitting happily so far at Success Club 5 is Judy, John, Bobby, Sheena, Corey, Jen, Fuji, and Susie. They're all sitting at or above 5. And then Beth, Emily, Chris, Mick, and Jake are so close at 4. So, and quite a few of you are at 2, Saunders, and need to step it up because the month's almost over. Let's see. Next week, little housekeeping, is our team's business prospecting call. We've been leading, I've led 4 of those. It's always going to be the second Monday of every month. So that's a great opportunity to invite someone that's not a part of our team that wants to learn about what it is to be a coach. So Kelsey, you should try to do this next week too, where we just kind of talk about the business opportunity. And since we have done 4 of those, hi, Connie and Michael. Connie and Michael are getting on. So, Connie and Michael, I'm going to mute your line. There we go. That's Connie and Michael, you guys. Everybody wave at Connie and Michael. They're new to our team. So next week is the business opportunity presentation. You sign on just like this. Invite anyone who you'd like to share the business opportunity with, and they will hear what it is that we do. So, make sure you put that on your calendar. I love the portability of our business. I love the portability of our fitness programs, and it is kind of exciting to be sitting here in Hawaii leading this team call. Okay, so how many of you guys, by a wave of hand, have done some type of social media training before? I would say that looks like about half. So I'm really optimistic that I have some new nuggets for you, even those of you that have been through social media training. And I want to give credit to Danielle Natoni and Darren Natoni for the majority of the content that I'm providing you. They did a 3-part series, and I'm kind of breaking it down for you, but I really want to give them the credit for most of this information. So I'm going to break it into 3 parts, and we'll probably only get to the first 2 parts on this team call, and I'll probably end up needing to save part 3 for another team call in the future. So part 1 is going to be email, and part 2 is going to be your social, your Facebook, your social media. So what does your email say about you? What does your email say about you? It is sometimes, if not often, people's very first impression of you. Email can be personal and professional, as you all know, and it's permanent. Email is permanent. Let's see. When you have your, how many of you, by wave of hand, use Gmail? Okay, Gmail is the way to go. Your name at gmail.com is ideal as a professional today. Your name at gmail.com. So if you can avoid using numbers, you should. And if you can avoid using a period or a punctuation, you should. Now, some people with common names like John Smith might need to put a period or a dot in there, or it might need a number. But your name at gmail.com is the best. AOL and Yahoo say that you are dated. You are outdated. They are dated email forums. They also limit your ability. They also are more susceptible to a lot of like virusy and type scams. Like, have you guys ever gotten those emails that say, I'm stranded on an island and I need money now? Those are going to get through Yahoo and AOL type servers. So Gmail says you're current and it doesn't limit you. Gmail auto syncs to all your devices. So I have a Gmail account that is my name because I did hear that when I first became a coach. I have a Gmail account that I use for Beachbody, and then I also have this old Comcast account that I use for my day job, my management job of the gyms. And one thing I love about Gmail is that it does auto sync on all devices. So if I read a Gmail on my phone and respond to it or delete it, then when I go on my laptop later, that email shows me that it has been deleted, it's gone, or it's been responded to. Whereas when I use my dated Comcast account for my day job, and I'm so busy, you guys, I have so many jobs and so many balls in the air that, believe it or not, sometimes I reply quickly to an email, and then later I don't even remember if I did. So I'll reply on my phone to an email on Comcast to somebody asking something, and then later I see that same email on my laptop, and I'm like, I can't remember. I feel like I think I replied to that person, but I don't know because it didn't auto sync. So I run the risk of looking like not professional and either not replying at all or replying twice. Moving on. No emojis for work. No emojis when you're giving your professional side. No misspellings, and be grammatically correct. So read, reread, proofread, reread, reread, reread. It's permanent. No emojis, no misspellings, and proper grammar. I know a lot of this sounds like it's a no-brainer, but that is a great reminder. And then often, have you ever felt like, I'm sure you write an email and you feel emotional, it's about something that really matters to you. This happens to me a lot. And I always strip all the emotional language out, whittle it down to its bare bones, and sleep on it. And then I read it, reread it, reread it, reread it, reread it, walk away, reread it, no emotional language before I hit that send button. Your signature, so this is something I just recently learned. Your signature should not have your picture in it. Mine did. Should not have your picture in it. It should not have a quote. It shouldn't have some cute motivational fluffy quote in it. It should be your first and last name. Write this down. Your email signature should be your first and last name. Your title. Hi, Michelle. I'm going to mute you. Hi. It should have your title and the company. So Independent Team Beachbody Coach. Your phone number is optional. And it should have your website, which could be, you guys, your business website. And it should have a link to your social media. So mine, that is how mine appears. It's my first and last name, my title, I don't have my phone number in it, website, and then you can see the, it says Facebook, and then the line that's straight up and down, it's not a forward slash or a backslash, the line that's straight up and down, and then it says Instagram, and they're both clickable links. So if you need help doing clickable links in your signature, you guys can message me offline about that. I'd be happy to walk any of you through that. The subject line of your email should be short and concise, and it should be like you're filing something in a card catalog. There's people in my life that do this so well, and I know I know Brian knows this, because not only properly giving a proper subject to an email, but also separating, not putting two issues in one email. I know that Brian knows that because I remember one day getting two emails from him. They were a couple minutes apart, and they had their separate subject lines, and they were, I can't remember exactly what they were about. Maybe one of them was about his paycheck, and maybe the next one was about needing a sub. I don't remember. It wasn't that. But it was two separate things, and I love that he didn't put them in the same email, because I want to respond to them differently and maybe not at the same time. And I might need to find one of those emails in the future, and if I can search for the keywords in the subject line, that appropriate email is going to pop up. Your subject should have all caps on the first word of each word. Not all caps, but the first letter, rather, should be a cap. And then don't capitalize of and the. And that is a professional subject heading. Short, concise, appropriate, searchable keywords so that someone would know how to find that email in the future. And don't put urgent in the subject ever. And don't put all caps. All caps is perceived as shouting. Okay, also, you may or may not know this. If you have not gone into the settings of your email account and programmed your email address with your first and last name, it's going to show up to people as your email address instead of you. So you want the recipient to see that the email is from Tia Nowak, not from tianowak@gmail.com. So you have to go into the settings and make sure that your email account is your name, not your email. That's professional. Also, if you program someone's name in your email address book as, you know, Joe from the gym, because that's, you don't know his last name and you want to remember he's from the gym, he's gonna see that you programmed him as that. It's gonna show up to him as Joe from the gym. If you put creepy dude from the gym, it's gonna show up to creepy dude as creepy dude from the gym. Hot chick at the park is gonna show up, hot chick at the park. Even if you enter her like that on your cell phone, it's gonna auto sync. You can put those notes to yourself in the nickname field, but not in the recipient field. If you don't know their last name, just don't put a last name. Just put Joe, and then in the nickname, put creepy guy from the gym. Okay, enough about that, but that's important. Add the recipient field last, and that's just because you can fire off an important email. You can fire off an important email that you haven't taken the time to sit on accident. So make sure the last thing you do is put the recipient in the recipient field. And if you're emailing multiple people, like multiple customers, for example, always blind copy. Always blind copy. We are not at liberty and shouldn't take the liberty to give other people's email away, which is in a sense what you're doing when you don't blind copy. Okay, so that was part 1 on email. So part 2 is going to be diving into social. And then part 3, which I'm going to save for another call, is how you can really loop these into your business practice. So does anyone have any questions? Look at how cute Connie and Michael are. They're like cracking up down there. Oh, I need to do a picture. Everybody smile. We have to do a team picture. Smile. Oh, it didn't work. Yeah, it did. Okay, I screenshotted a picture. Okay, so social. Point number 1 is fix your face. Fix your face. So on your social media profile picture, no pets, no children, no husband. It needs to be you. It can't be you and your girlfriend. It is your profile picture should be a headshot, which is going to, I have a really cool announcement for local coaches at the end of this call. Sorry about that. Melrose is writing me notes, and I'm like, trying to lead a call. Okay, so the reason is people need to identify you as you. If it's you and a girlfriend and you're reaching out to a customer, they might be confused, like which one is the coach? Which one is Kara? She's with which one? I don't know. And it should be a smiling headshot, not a selfie, just a smiling headshot. Not a body picture and not a picture where you're not smiling. And it should be definitely a current photo. Sometimes, like, you know, it's tempting, especially as we get older, to use like a picture from when we're younger. But then, like, imagine if I did that and then I went to a training, to lead a PIO training. I wouldn't want those people to be like, whoa, you know, who's that? That's not the trainer that messaged me on Facebook. So a current picture, a headshot. If you can, it should be a professional headshot. You guys are professionals. This is a real gig. This Team Beachbody business is legit real business. You're your own CEO. You are your own brand. If you can't afford to or haven't had the time to get a professional headshot, which I would encourage you guys also strongly to do, put that on your bucket list and find the best picture, plain white background that you can. Okay. If you have your phone handy, go ahead. If it's like sitting right next to you, if it's not, you don't need to get up. Look at your profile picture. Okay? By the way, mine's not a headshot. It's a professional picture. It's not a headshot. So you guys, some of you are going to be like, wait, Ellen, you've broken some of these rules yourself. It's that I haven't yet fully applied all the rules I'm like preaching about, but I'm going to. They're all on my to-do list, but I just had this training and I'm on vacation. So mine is not it's a professional picture. It is definitely recognizably me, but it's not the headshot. So I'm going back to the headshot. So look at your picture. Is it now look at it in the comment thread, like as if you were gonna post a comment on it. Oh my gosh, Connie and Michael are really cute. Is it recognizably you? Is it current? Is it your headshot? And do you think that people, if they saw it, would know that was you? And it should be the same photo across all devices. So that means, and again, you're going to be like, some of you are going to be like, Ellen, you haven't done this yet, and I haven't, and I will. It should be the same headshot that you have on Instagram, that you have on Twitter, that you have on Facebook, whatever your platforms are, because Instagram is even teeny tinier than Facebook in the comment thread. And so someone might see your picture, like let's say there's a few different Tracy Crumbs on Instagram, and someone is friends with Tracy, and then they're looking on Instagram and they're like, I'm not really sure. There's like 8 Tracys, and I'm not really sure which one is her because that picture is so teeny tiny. But if they already are friends with her on Facebook, they're gonna know. There it is. That's her. I recognize that picture. So we want to use the same across all platforms. Consistency across, it's part of branding. Okay, so your social media cover photo should not have a quote. It should not be a beautifully, wonderful, awesome, inspiring Google image or stock photo. It should be, this is where the personal you can shine. This is where you show who you are. In your profile picture, you don't. That's just your professional headshot. In your cover photo, let them into your life. That's where you can show your personality. That's where your pets go. That's where your husband goes. That's where if you're, you know, like, and again, mine is not the perfect example either, but it will be. So this is where you want to put like you and your spouse on a date, or you and your children, or you and your dogs, or whatever it is that flavors you. You're a Team Beachbody coach, maybe a picture you took at Summit. So people are, and maybe you put, you know, Emerald Coach. You can write in there, just don't do a quote, a cheesy quote, no fluff. But this is where you let them see who you are in a snapshot. So what does your cover photo right now say about you? Does it give someone a snapshot of who you are? That's what we want. The profile picture is your professional. The cover is in a glance. Who are you? What's your life like? Canva is my favorite app for cover photos. Jake's going to listen to this call and recording. Jake and I have been running some challenge groups together. We're running a challenge group together right now, and he can attest to the fact that I just made the most incredible cover photo for the challenge group, intermixing different images from some of the programs that the people are doing, and I put the start date in it, and I put the name of the challenge group in it, and I'm doing all that with canva.com. I use Canva on my laptop and on my iPad. I'm sure I could use it for my phone too, but that's too small for me. So, and my nails are too sharp for my phone. But Canva, and I know a lot of coaches that have beautiful collage background photos use PicMonkey. So those are the two. Write that down. Canva, C-A-N-V-A, and PicMonkey. Okay.
I can personally vouch for PicMonkey. I use it for everything.
You do?
Even the post that I used today, where I kind of talked about what's coming up on demand, I did that in PicMonkey. Just so, like, you know, really quickly. It's super user-friendly. It's free, and I just use it on the computer. So highly recommend it. There's no watermark like PicLab or anything.
Awesome. I will be hitting you up if I need help with that.
I wanted to say that I use a combination of the two because I'm prepping for my blog right now, and I use Canva almost exclusively, and then I go to PicMonkey for some of the add-ons. So they're both really good, really user-friendly.
Okay, thank you, Jembers. That's really helpful. I have not used PicMonkey. Check your cover photo on all devices, because you can align something beautifully on your laptop and it might look crappy on an iPad or a phone. So check it. Make sure your placement, by the way, back to like Canva and everything, for those of you that aren't familiar, it has the perfect dimensions of a Facebook cover photo or a Facebook post or an Instagram post. So when I'm doing a Facebook cover, it says Facebook cover photo. Pick that size. And you pick that and you start making your collage in there, and you can write text on there and all that stuff. So then check it across all your devices. Check it on an iPad, check it on a phone, check it on your laptop, and then just know that most people are not viewing on a laptop. Most people are viewing from a mobile device. So keep that in mind. Like, if you had to pick a placement that works, that looks a little better, keep in mind that the majority are going to be viewing from a mobile device, and that these protocols change. So what I'm telling you right now might be different in 6 months. Okay? So fix your face was number 1. Number 2, fix your cover photo. Number 3, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You guys know this, but your social is no longer your own. You now represent a billion-dollar brand. You represent Team Beachbody, and with pride. I mean, it's an amazing company, and we are the face of it in our communities. And so your social media is no longer your own. You are representing an amazing company, and we need to represent our own brand as individuals and that brand, and to do it well. So we want to, of course, avoid controversy. We want to avoid religion and politics, and we want to rant in private. I am very religious. I'm very, very, very conservative Christian, despite all the tattoos on me. But you don't see that. You don't really see that you don't really ever see that. Once in a blue moon, I might say, I liked this hymn at church today. But I really try to keep that. It is sort of part of my brand and who I am, but I really limit that. I don't do anything political, and I certainly rant in private. You can be really, really passive aggressive on Facebook, and it's just icky when we see that. So along that line of you no longer are your own brand, you're also representing Beachbody. Imagine that your last post, whatever it was, or picture, was the first post that a customer looked at. What would it say about you? And the example, and I really wanted to do a PowerPoint presentation for you guys, but I am on vacation and this is my last night in Hawaii. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do the PowerPoint. It'll take me the whole day. But I really wanted to show you an example of something that was kind of funny. It was like a rubber wine glass that, like, you know, it's rubber and you could take it camping and it could spill, and it's a rubber wine glass. It's kind of funny. And, you know, I love wine. But, like, imagine if that was my, okay, so I think about that. Like, I do think about things like that. If I'm going to post something like that, I think, well, what if that was someone's very first look into who I am? What would that say about me? And so think about you and what was your last post. And imagine every post that you post. Imagine that being the first, someone's first impression of who you are. Okay, so, and would someone want to buy from you? Would someone want to buy it? Would someone trust you? Would someone want to buy products from you if they were to judge you based on your last post? Speaking about like passive aggressive comments and not ranting in public, it might give you lots and lots of comments. They can, you know, sometimes people say something controversial and it'll get a ton of comments and you'll get this huge thread going, but is that the kind of energy you want on your page? No, it's not. Your brand, I've said this before to you guys, and I love it. Your brand is what someone would say when you're not around, what 3 words someone would say to describe you. So think about that just for a second. I want to let the impact of that statement land on you. If someone was talking about you and describing you to someone else, what 3 words would they use? That is your brand. If you get negative comments, and you will, and I do, and some of you have, and some of you have boxed me and called me about them, and I get them too. What if you get negative, someone commenting negatively on your Facebook? Delete, report, block the user, and move on. You don't respond. Don't respond to it. Delete it. That's like your house. Your Facebook is like your home. It is personal. Your cover photo has your dogs and your kids and your spouse, and it's personal. It's you. We wouldn't let someone spit on us in our home and then invite them back. So delete. Don't give any energy to it. Don't comment back, and move on. And it's never that kind of stuff, you know, is never about you. It's always about them. It's always about their issues. Okay, moving on. Build your tribe. So we had fix your face. We had fix your cover photo. We had sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh no, I didn't finish about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I guess, or maybe that's somewhere else in here. I can't find it in my notes, but people are Facebook stalkers. People do that. People will find you. I mean, people will look, maybe you're assigned as you're their coach. They were assigned to you randomly because you're Emerald rank or higher. They will stalk you. So go through, do spring cleaning, go through your albums, go through delete any pictures, any albums of anything that isn't your best representation of you. Get rid of it. Take it off. Spring clean. People are stalkers. Okay, build your tribe. So in your email signature, I already said this in the first part of the call, in your email signature, you want to have a link to your social, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, whatever it is you use. And you don't have to be a jack of all trades. New coaches, don't feel like you've got to be some guru at all platforms. Pick one. I like Facebook and Instagram. Encourage your customers and your customer leads to follow you on social media. And exchange your social, not your social security, social media when you meet someone. I do that all the time. So like, when's the last time you really took someone's business card and then you really used it? Probably it's been a while. I don't know if I ever really used someone's business card. I was trying to think about that. But like all the time when I meet someone, I mean, I always have my phone on me. And all the time when I meet someone, I'm like, oh, can I find you? Are you on social media? Can I find you real quick? And I do it right then and there. Sometimes I need their help finding them. Boom, I friend request them. And that is actually less creepy than giving them your email and phone number. It's less awkward because lots of people have people on Facebook that are friends that they're barely even acquainted to or that they're trying to get to know. But your phone number is a little more personal, and so is your email. So I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand it when I'm shopping at like Sports Authority and they're like, well, can I have your email? I'm like, no, I don't want any more email. No. So just get in the habit of when you meet someone, find them on social right then and there. Don't even try to remember their name because you might not find them. Okay. We want, as far as building your tribe, we want likes, comments, and especially shares. And I know I need to wrap this thing up soon. Shares give you an organic reach, like organic, like an organism with tentacles. It's going to take you to people that you don't know. It's going to bring people to you and your brand that you don't know. So you want people to share your posts. And then if you can, we had a national call once about iWatermark. That's another app. Write it down, iWatermark. iWatermark, you can put your name, or I don't know, like Lindsay's design, like let's say Lindsay's Instagram handle is Likely Designs. She can watermark that brand, even if she doesn't have a logo. If she has a logo, that's even better. But if she just even uses iWatermark, she can even put IG, Instagram, Likely Designs. And if she watermarks that a photo, and by the way, her photos are incredible. They're really well edited and well done. So are Heather's. So are so many of you guys's, but those guys have really great social media, I think, presence. When you send a photo out and people like it or it motivates them, it adds value to them, they're going to share it. And then people, if you watermark it, they will know, oh, the source of this was Likely Designs. That motivated me. I want to find her. So if you don't watermark it, they don't know where it came from. They won't find it necessarily track it back to you. Organic reach is what we want. So we want to, this is probably one of the most important things I say tonight, and I've said it before.
Go over that. What was that watermark app again? iWatermark?
iWatermark.
IYE?
No, just letter I like iPod. Oh, he was being a smart Alec. Okay, so be more interested than you are interesting. Try to be conversational. It is social media, and it's really a turn off. It's really unattractive when we're just like, look at me here, look at me there, look at me here, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm eating, here's what I'm drinking, here's what blah, blah, me. So be more interested, even if it's in comments and private messages, but be more interested than you are trying to be interesting. Okay, and I'm gonna probably have you guys unmute, and I'd love some feedback here. We want to stop the scroll. So people usually look at social media like this. Right? They're scrolling, boom. Scroll, stop. Scroll, stop, double tap, or like, or comment. So my question is, and I really want you to answer, what makes you stop the scroll?
Abs.
Abs?
Ab.
You would, Bobby.
Speaking from the heart.
Okay. All right, what makes you, okay, stopping the scroll is one thing, and clicking the like button is one thing. That, you have to stop the scroll, click like. What makes you actually comment? I mean, we are busy. Like, I don't have time to comment on everyone's picture that catches my eye. What makes you take the time to comment?
Something that's inspirational.
Totally.
Something
Humor.
that's powerful, and I like genuine as well. I like when things are genuine.
I like genuine too, and I like people that show their flaws.
I keep scrolling if there's too much writing.
Me too. If you have to click continue reading, I'm done. Okay.
Thank you.
I know we're running out of time, so thanks for being interactive there. But something as simple as, as cropping your photo, being really selective about your photo, and using good apps, that will stop the scroll. Instead of just, those filters are great. Those filters take like years off your life. So filter your photos, especially if you're my age, and crop them and make them showstoppers. Make them showstoppers, and then the content, like Kelsey said, if it's too long, like make it short and concise and quality. Like think about what you're gonna say. I will sit there for like 5 minutes and think about what I'm gonna say on a post sometimes. We want to post 3 to 5 times a day. I know that seems like a lot, but think about the news, morning, noon, and night. The more news comes on in the morning, news comes on in the noon, and news comes on at night, and that's when most people are checking their social media before work, on their lunch break, and before they go to bed. Oh my gosh, I have so much more to say, and we're so out of time. Do you guys want me to wrap it up? I've got really some more good points. I'm gonna.
Can I interject on like
Wrap it
one?
up in Hawaii.
I know.
Can I mention a little tip?
Yeah.
So like with Instagram, my cousin told me with selfies, you never want more than 1 selfie per row. To limit yourself to that. That doesn't turn people off.
I love that. I gotta check mine.
So I did it. I'm working on that. But that's for Instagram specifically, because we don't want to be that selfie person, and that's a good way to limit yourself, but still doing that.
I love that.
And then when you post a team call and the replay, I'll comment on it. There's 2 excellent presentations that were at Summit last year that are available on YouTube, where they talk about social media. One of them is with Danielle Natoni, and the other one is with these 2 women. I can't remember their names, but they discuss Instagram versus Facebook, specifically with social media, and they're fantastic. I listen to them while I'm on the microscope at night.
It's Melissa McAllister.
There you go.
How about Melanie?
So I have to say something about that too. It's somewhere in my notes.
How many selfies
Okay,
did she
this
take?
is what I want to say about that. So Darren and Danielle, which was Danielle Katz which was formerly Danielle Hinton, she did produce most of this content. But here's the thing, Bobby, it does change, and I'm gonna post one of her videos about branding in our team. But social media does change. Like something from Summit last year might already be passé. So she actually said that we need to subscribe, and I did, to Social Media Examiner podcast. Social Media Examiner podcast, because things change all the time, including what's acceptable and unacceptable in a cover photo. Like and what the dimensions are, and so it's something we need to be current on. Okay, know where you're posting. So Facebook is really competing with YouTube right now, and so if you want to build your your Facebook organic reach, you're going to get more Facebook is gonna put you more in the live feed if you're uploading videos directly to Facebook instead of YouTube first. And that's just a judgment call for you. Like, I'm totally building my YouTube brand, so I kind of want it to come from YouTube. But if you want to build your Facebook, you just have to decide. You need to upload directly to Facebook. They're really trying to compete with YouTube, so they will put you way more in the live feed if you do. Use them. And you want a call to action on your post. We were talking about what makes you stop and what to say. Put a call to action in there. You're going to ask them to like, to comment, to share, to double tap. Ask for a call to action. Or, message me if you want to join my challenge group, but a call to action. Okay. Almost done here. Okay, identity crisis is the last part. So, do I have a personal page or a business-like page? What should I do? Identity crisis. I can totally relate to this crisis. We want to have both, but Facebook is really, really cracking down on people using Facebook personal profiles to run their business. So if you open too many groups, hello, I've like 400 groups open since I became a coach that I'm the admin of. They're cracking down and shutting us down for running a business from our personal pages too much. So they can paralyze you. I mean, can you imagine how devastating it would be to not be able to use your Facebook for a month? That is happening. So business pages on Facebook that are set up for you to run a business. So definitely do have one of those where it's your brand and you can run ads. You can see the analytics, like the metrics, like what posts are people engaging in, and there's definitely benefits to having both. But we want to sort of be kind of filtering people towards a business page, but we have to have our personal like page too. So like we have to use our personal account to be engaging with people in our groups, but we also want to be directing them to our like page. So I would say more about that if it wasn't so late. Just be cautious. Kara has told me how you can delete if you have too many friend requests out there that haven't been accepted, they can put you in Facebook jail for that too. So if every once in a while you should go look at how many requests you have out there and unrequest people that haven't accepted your thing. And you don't need to accept everyone's friend request. As soon as someone friend requests you, they're instantly following you and they see all your posts and all your content. You don't need to accept them as a friend. I would accept my customers, like unless they were really creepy looking, I would accept my customers as my friend, but I have people friend request me all the time because of my YouTube, so all the time, and I do not accept them. And you can also post just to your friends. There's a little drop down menu. You can post publicly, or you can do like post just to friends. So that's another reason to be selective about who you accept. And let's see, I think I'm ready to wrap up. Okay, I'm ready to wrap up, and thank you for being so patient as I blew through all that content. Next week, again, is our business opportunity call. So invite people that you want to share the business opportunity with. And then, okay, are you ready? This is kind of just for my local yokels, but maybe Connie and Mike, maybe Heather is going to come. If you live in the Eugene area, I've been here, obviously in Hawaii. So for the first time ever, I missed a Super Saturday. I missed my Super Saturday. And we're going to do a belated Super Saturday on May 3rd, Sunday at 3 o'clock. I'm going to teach a P90X workout at the Q Street Gym. I know some of you are local, and I'm sorry that some of you are like, this doesn't pertain to you. But it ties in. Listen, I am hiring Beth wave. Wave, Beth. Okay. I'm hiring Beth to show up at 1 o'clock. She's going to take headshots of my team. I'm paying her for you to get an awesome headshot. So show up and fix your face. And so we're going to work out after. So whatever you decide to wear is fine. You can wear whatever you want to wear is fine. It's just going to be like, from your collarbones up probably. Right, Beth? whatever you want to wear is fine, but it's just going to be a headshot, and then I kind of need to know how many people are coming so she can know.
I'm coming.
Heather's coming, and then
And I'm bringing Ashaba.
awesome! Awesome! That makes me really happy. So
And that's the photo shoot you were talking about, Beth, huh? Yeah.
so then at 3 o'clock we'll work out. So we don't want to take our headshot after the workout. So anyway, I'm going to open it up to questions or comments. Anyone?
Yeah, kind of ignorant here, but where does a cover photo go versus a profile photo?
That's a great question.
I mean, is that in our Facebook, on our phones?
On your Facebook, the like long horizontal picture is your cover. I'm going to show you mine. See, mine's not perfect though. So I need to fix mine. Just like some of you guys need to fix yours. How many of you guys need to fix something in light of what you learned tonight?
I fixed it while you were talking.
So did I.
That's it? That was an easy fix. Okay, Michael. So the long one is the cover. And the little
Okay.
box is your profile. So
Gotcha.
see how you can see my elbows and knees? That's not a good professional profile picture because it's not a headshot. And this long one should be more personal. That just looks like, I don't know.
Should I screen share? Because I have mine open.
I think I would have to make you admin.
Oh,
Hold on. Yeah, I can't. It'll share
never
mine.
mind.
Can you hold it up?
Oh, well, I was going to do it on my computer just from there instead.
Post it in our Team Play Hard.
Let me see if I can try that. Can you see mine now?
Yes!
Yeah. So,
That's
cover photo?
awesome.
Show off.
Aw, researching kelp.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you guys. Well, thank you, Kelsey, for joining us as a guest. And I'm excited for next weekend. We'll take pictures. Connie and Michael may come. Yeah.
One more thing. You mentioned earlier about our profile pictures being just us, no have boyfriends, girlfriend, husband, wife. But what if we're doing a team thing? Is it okay to have both of us in the picture?
Yeah, it is. And in fact, Danielle mentioned that on her stuff. She's like, sometimes you want to run a little campaign and you might want to break the rule for a minute. You might be running a campaign and you might need to do like a full body shot or be with your spouse or something like that. Yeah, good question.
Okay.
All right, you guys, we went way over.
Yeah.
I got to go put my toes in the sand.
Go ride horses on the beach.
Have a good rest of your trip.
Okay, good night, you guys.
Night.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.